darlings. It's me, Hypnoquin, or PTSD while black. I'm doing a crossover of identities. Um, Hi, guys. I've got to twist up my hair for the night. So, you know how we do. I twist my hair and I talk about some stuff. What I wanted to talk about is why I am back on the karaoke app Smule, where the whole incident of the gang stalking started. Yep, I'm back on the app, and here's the reason why. Because I left the app and I got harassed. And I blocked the people who were harassing me on other social media platforms, and I was still getting harassed. I changed my email address. I was still getting harassed. I changed my phone number 6 times, and I'm still getting harassed. So what's the point in me not singing if I'm still going to be harassed? I know the cop that I talked to, he's like, you should not be accessible to these people. I'm like, okay. I'm changing locations for the most part, with the exception of here because it's my law, but I could leave here too. I was planning on leaving here too, and then I realized, oh, they're possibly using my identity. So I was like, let me get back. But I got such a glare with the glasses. That's why I got to take them off. I have tried not being available. I have tried stating who I am. I have tried being an amenable person, but I'm recognizing that I'm dealing with unreasonable people. They've got stuff of their own that they need to resolve. And for some reason, they feel that they have to get their power back by continuing to come after me. So I might as well continue to sing. I had a seizure-like episode back in January, the end of January, and I couldn't talk. I couldn't walk very well. My coordination was a little off. And so I couldn't focus. And I realized that's why I was on the app to begin with, which was to improve my singing voice. Because when I have the seizure-like episodes, I have trouble talking, but I can sing. And I can swear like a sailor. Those are two things I can do. But so that's why I was like, okay, let me just go back on the app and just sing some songs. And plus, I had been listening to some old music that made me just like so happy. I love Frank Sinatra was problematic, but I love getting to listen to his voice. It's beautiful. So I was like, okay, I'm going to just go ahead and get back on the app. And I talked to my therapist about it this last week, and she's like, congratulations, I'm proud of you that I went back, because as we've been talking, I have been doing everything I can to not be available for these people to harass me, but they're just going to harass me. And so I've kind of accepted, if they're going to harass me, then I'm not going to limit myself. But I do have boundaries. I have boundaries. I rejoined on my old ID because I already have most of those people blocked anyway, and I know they create new profiles to follow me, whatever. But I have most of the people already blocked, and I didn't want to have to deal with the headache of having to block everybody all over again when getting a new account. Also, I didn't want to give any money to Smule because with a new account either, because of having this horrible experience on the app. So I'm like, let me just use it for what it was created for, which is karaoke. I think some people have used it for building their social media empires through getting people to follow along and harass and hurt others, or they think it's like a gang territory, but it's a karaoke app. So I'm just going to go sing. And what I've set for myself are some values, because I want to be around people who can help me to be a better person, to be a better singer. So I'm going to join people who sing the songs that I like, sing the genres that I like, who sing better than I do, or if they don't sing better than I do, that they are amenable, they're friendly, they're honest, and they're open up front. But that is just like really, not such a big deal. I really don't want to sing with people who don't sing better than I do, because I want to be a better singer. And I know that might sound mean, but I want to be a better singer, and I have a hard time focusing when I'm singing with someone who maybe isn't singing the song correctly, or is one thing to sing off key, I'm cool with that. But if you're off the beat as well, I can't do it. So I'm like, okay, I have these standards. And I love some other people from the community. There may not be strong singers, but they're sweet, wonderful people. So I'm like, I'll drop in on their stuff every now and then, but I'm just watching myself and my time and my energy. So I'm going to continue to do the things that I really appreciate and what I love, because I've just realized, for the folks who initiated the situation, they've got their own stuff that they have not addressed within themselves. Obviously, if they wanted to resolve things, they would have communicated with me. They would have picked up a phone and called me, because obviously they're getting my phone number repeatedly, but not calling me, just harassing me and sending weird text messages and voice messages for phone sex lines and stuff like that. So, but you can't bother to call and say, hey, I was wrong, or you really hurt me and this is what I needed. Can you hear me out? They don't have that capacity right now, and I'm not going to expect them to grow it. But I do have that capacity for myself to do what I love. And if I've got the blessing of my therapist and my husband on choosing to go back and do what I love, then okay, I'm going to do what I love. I'm going to stay away from voice acting on the app, just because, even though I have fun doing different character voices, it just doesn't feel safe for me. And I'm definitely not joining any groups unless, again, they are stellar, amazing singers, talented singers. That's the only way that I'm joining any group. Because I want to stick with my original purpose. If I am not working on improving my singing voice, if I'm not working on improving my speaking voice as well, then there's no point in being there for me, you know. And also, if I'm not going to be addressing my stress, that was what the app was for me originally, was supposed to be for stress relief and improving my singing voice and speaking voice. But I don't need things that are going to add stress. But obviously, folks want to throw stress at me anyway. They want to do phishing phone calls from Globe Life Insurance and try to get at me. So why bother? I'm going to sing. And the things that they've done to initiate more attacks, where like there was just like a week in January where it was just ridiculous, the attacks on the computer and the phone, that if they're going to be doing that, I might as well keep enjoying my life. I might as well keep singing. I might as well keep twisting balloons live. And what's the other thing they come after? Oh, voice acting. I might as well just keep voice acting. There's no really meeting any ends. I can't read your goddamn mind. And now, if you want to have an adult conversation, I can be available for an adult conversation with adults. But I don't feel that these folks are at that spot in their lives right now. And so for my own well-being, I'm only available for people who are able to hold themselves accountable and be responsible for addressing their feelings about their needs, and not to put that onto other people to fix it for them. That just doesn't work for me. That don't work for me. I'm not a safe person when somebody needs that from me, because I loved it. Oh my God. Tangent. Okay. So I was in this meeting for people who have work addiction issues. You either overwork or you work too much and then you stop because you've worked so much and you're just fatigued. And we talked about in this meeting, which is what got me to that karaoke app. We talked about in the meeting, one, that we keep working until our bodies stop us, until we fall apart. And I realized that the job that I had that initiated a large part, actually my start in going back to therapy, or not going back, and going to therapy and finding 12-step groups and things like that, was a job where I was vomiting every day because of the stress. I had really bad acid reflux and dizziness, and I couldn't understand what the hell was happening to me. It was stress. I was having so much stress. And I didn't know how to balance the work life load. I was doing karaoke, out in Southern California with friends, and that was really helpful. But it's like when you're working on a job with a boss who doesn't see you as a human being, and with coworkers who really don't care about doing the job, they just want to socialize, and you just want to do the best job you possibly can do. That's me. I want to do the best job I can do, and I care about the work getting done, and I care about the clients that are involved, that we meet their needs, that we resolve their problems. I care about creating solutions. I'm a problem solver. um, and I was in the wrong environment. I stayed in the wrong environment for too long, and that was an under we call this under earning and under being behavior. And that's the same thing with Smule, where I was choosing to be in the voice acting community. It wasn't work towards my goals. I wanted to sing. It was with individuals who were not interested in my goals either of singing Broadway. I want to sing Broadway. I want to sing crooner songs from the 20s. I want to sing death metal every now and then. Yes, but I didn't want to be death metal all the time. I want to sing whatever I feel like. I want to sing R&B. I want to sing whatever is in my soul. Um and I want to be more me, authentically me. And with that voice acting community, I was with people who um either their genres were way off from where I am, or their abilities may have been off from where I wanted to be. And especially there was such a lack of Broadway that people didn't understand that I love Chicago the musical and I will sing it inside and out with anybody. If you want to, I will sing When You're Good to Mama as well as Cell Block Tango. Oh my God, yes. Yes. My cabaret group actually sang Cell Block Tango. So, and that's actually how I got into the cabaret group I was in many, many years ago, was because I would always sing all that jazz at karaoke. And the lady who was wanting to start a group, she's like, oh my God, you and I sing the same songs. I love you. Let's go. So, yeah, I would, I want to stay towards what my vision is for me. I want to be an entertainer. I want to be well rounded as an entertainer, and I don't want to backslide, and don't want I don't want to make other people feel intimidated by me because I'm not that great of a singer. I'm good at what I do, but I'm not that great. Oh my God, I'm off tune. Um, can't read words, can't remember lines. I'm a hot mess. So I want to be with people who can help me to get better than what I am. Um, so yeah, I'm like, I'm going to do this for the joy of it and go on with my life. Right. Oh, so yeah. Yeah, because even the attorney that I talked to at the beginning of all this, she's like, well, you've got to make yourself invisible and they can't find you. And I'm like, oh, they found me. So I was like, there's no point in being invisible if they keep finding me. um, I'm just going to do me. But I do have to think of Harriet Tubman. What does Harriet Tubman have to do with it? It's Black History Month. I'm going to throw something black in this. I do have to think about Harriet Tubman. She didn't find freedom by saying, hey, do you guys want to just come hang out with me? No, 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 no. She found freedom by going, this situation doesn't work for me. I need to get to where I'd like to be. I need to be with the people who want to go where I want to go, or who can get me to where I want to go, who are willingly doing that versus against their will, who have actively chosen to do this. And that's how she got really hooked up in the Underground Railroad. And then when she got to safety, she got herself to safety, she got herself to wellness. Then she came back for her family. Then she came back for others. Then she chose to do more. And so I'm just really looking at that of, okay, Harriet Tubman, I'm in my freedom. I'm finding my freedom from this brain injury first. I'm finding my freedom from the severe depression of my chronic pain. I'm finding my freedom from grief and sorrow around losing my aunt, losing my pet this last year. Um, these things may make my world feel smaller, but I can choose to still show up and to grow. I don't have to stay limited by them. I'm finding my freedom from the PTSD. PTSD says your world's got to be so small and down to a point, and I need to do that. I need to be free from this being the only option. So that's why I'm going back on the app. Um, and I want to use it the way I feel. Right now, I'm using it for free and I'm joining people. I actually kind of feel like I don't want to pay for a membership because it's like horrendous, horrendous. And because of what had happened, the way the stalking can happen, the way the abuse can happen, I don't think I want to pay for a membership. Somebody else want to pay for a membership for me? Sure, go ahead. But I'm not paying. And anyway, with things being unsecure, yeah, things being unsecure with having continuous attacks to my computer and my phone, I don't feel comfortable putting my cards out there. I've taken my cards off of Amazon actually because of dealing with this stuff. I'm like, I'm not ordering. Not ordering a damn thing. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm going to just join people who, it's kind of that Marie Kondo thing of, does this spark joy? Does it spark joy? Because I want to go do that. Yeah. We gotta do the things that spark joy. And I think this is the part of me that's very confusing for people and that created so much of the chaos. Oh crap, never mind. Pause. Because I love singing a bunch of love songs. That's what I was going to say. Oh, it's February. It's also Love Month as well as Black History Month. And um, I love singing love songs. And I realize that's another thing, too, about me. Authentically, in my normal space, I am playful. I am loving. I am goofy and I'm caring. And I'm also, like, very concerned with order and celebration as well, making sure people feel celebrated. Duh, that's why I'm a children's entertainer. um, but so I want to sing love songs because I like being in love. I think it's fun. I was telling my husband that. Um, and so I think that's kind of why I like the old like Sinatra stuff, is because it just reminds me of falling in love in all the old school movies. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, and I guess I have to dispel the rumor. No, I'm not back on that app to be with anybody. If people are going to abuse me, why would I go back into a space for them to abuse me when they have not apologized, have not made any amends, have not changed as people? Mm-mm. I haven't had contact with really any, personally, contact with any of these people. They instead, communicate with TikTok videos, which that means they don't want to talk to me. They just want to talk at me. And I don't want people who want to talk at me in this life. I'd rather have meaningful conversations with people. There's only probably 1, 2, 3 people I can think of off the top of my head that I would be interested in reconnecting with. And that would be, what's her name? What's her name? Oh, no, I like her too. Okay. Enigmia, I love her voice. It's beautiful. She's got such a beautiful voice. So I would join her. Um, Mimi, she's so much fun and very positive. So I like that about her. And I can't think of his name. Well, I know his real name. I don't want to say his real name out loud. Uh, I can't remember his username, but his name starts with an A. He's a really sweet person, and sometimes he sings some songs that I like. Um, Other than that, yeah, yeah, I don't think so. I'm almost done with my hair. It's good to see how long it takes to twist my hair. Would you like to have black girl hair in real life? Because baby, just in order to get some kind of texture, I have to do the twisting. And really, I'm should be putting some more lotion in it, but I need to do a wash, so that's kind of why I'm like not putting more lotion in right now. Um, that's just a little tip. But oh, hello, the one person that's watching. I guess you're enjoying my hair. um, but I'm just really, yeah. There's like only 3 people. What's that? Oh, four people. I would like to apologize to Woe because he didn't deserve this stuff. So I would definitely apologize to that kid. Because this hot mess didn't need to go the way that it went, even though I know he participated and took sides with things. Um, I would just apologize to him because he was a decent person when my cat died. And he was a decent person listening to me when I was confused about the whole situation that was going on. But, you know, the mosquitoes whisper in your ear and confuse you. And so, um, yeah, I grieve that. But because he was a good friend, he was a legit good friend, and I miss original good people like that. Though probably he was the one who said, "Hey, let's hack her computer." Because I remember when I first joined, and I commented on that kid's his what it was it was one of his things. Then he said, "Be sure to follow me," and I'm like, "Oh yeah," and I followed you. He's like, "Okay, well, what's your um Wi-Fi password so that I can make sure you followed?" I'm like, "Oh, was he?" Oh, I'm kidding. Um, but regardless of stuff, I only want to be with people who can treat me as a human being. I'm only available for that. People who treat each other as human beings realize that we can disagree, realize that we can fight, realize that we can make mistakes. And then they also realize that they can say, "Hey, I was wrong," or "I had a need that I needed to be met. And can you hear me out on this?" That's the kind of people I want to be around. I'm okay with being wrong. Honey, honey, I'm okay with being wrong. In fact, that's how I got to be the amazing, crazy bitch that I am today, is by being wrong, because I make a lot of mistakes and I get to learn from the mistakes. And then I get to say, yeah, I goofed. That's like the whole foundation of 12-step groups. And I know a therapist out here will be able to tell me what it's called, but where you inventory your behavior. You look at, the type of decisions you were making at the time with the information that you had, and you realize who was hurt by the things that you did with the information you had at that time, because you didn't know better, or you just didn't give a fuck. But you realize who you hurt, you own that you hurt these people, and they don't have to forgive you, don't got to forgive you, but you have enough. I don't want to just say balls. Speaking of Valentine's Day, the heart symbol is actually the back of some balls. But anyway, fun fact. But you have the gumption, the character to be able to say, "I hurt you, and I'm willing to hold space to hear you, to hear how you felt about the hurt that I've caused." Or in my case too, it's I hurt you by not having really strong boundaries. And I see the ways that I hurt you by not having these strong boundaries. And I want to correct this. This is how I will show up in these moments. This is how I will do better. That's how we heal. That's how we choose to heal relationships, and we choose to let the people know this is how we're moving forward. I can only be with people who are willing to do this. I can only let them into my inner circle. Otherwise, they're just something to sing against. They're not part of my inner development. And yeah, the pain's kicking in because I have not taken pain medicine. I have not taken my nighttime meds. And so I danced earlier. Well, I danced a little bit, danced in my chair. And so my neck's going. But for the people that can do that, for the people who can say, yeah, I chose to participate in some BS and I was wrong and I hurt you in these ways. And this is how I'm going to correct that hurt. This is how I'm going to do better. For those people, yeah, I can talk to you. Anybody else, you can't do that, then you're not ready to. And that's okay. You get to be exactly where you are, and I get to have the boundaries that I need to have to be who I am, where I am, still going towards my goals. So that's the thing that I'm embracing with being back on the app. And I realized something. So many of these people were much younger than me, and I feel for you guys being raised with technology. Raised. I mean, I played Oregon Trail in elementary school. On a CRT. So I was a 90s kid, so I came up in the middle of advancements. We'll just call it that. I was an 80s, 90s kid. So you don't know how to honor your humanity. It's not normalized. Your humanity is not normalized because we spend so much time on our phones, on our computers, using email, dating online. That was another subject today from one of the meetings, is online dating versus meeting someone and saying, hey, this is who I am. This is what I want. This is where I'm going to go. And having to find out about the person through personal interaction. We don't know how to interact with each other anymore. We don't. I think technology is so wonderful and it gets us so far, but if we forget that we are human beings and that we are to use the technology to improve our relationships with each other versus to be products marketed to, we're screwed. We're screwed. We can do better. We can definitely do better. Yeah. So I know somebody's probably watching to be able to relay things back to KAM and CAC. Feel free to do so. But I don't want a relationship with CAC. With KAM, if she wants to sincerely talk about how her feelings were hurt by me leaving her group, I can listen to her and I can hear her out. I don't think that we can be that close. And that's the other thing too. Both of those people were like, you're my friend. You're the best friend I've ever had. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, I'm somebody you've only known for a few weeks. How can I be the best friend you've ever had? What kind of people are you around? Baby, no, you deserve so much better than that. You deserve so much better than that. And I take my time with building relationships and friendships. And I think that they were starving people or thirsty people, and I was a glass of water, and they were like, oh damn. Baby, no, you deserve better closeness and better trust and healing and growth, and to take the time to build relationships with people. But no, I wasn't your friend. I'm somebody that you met online. It would take time. It would take severe months of getting to know each other, and then to actually meet each other, to chat regularly, face to face, not just texting. To really be considered a friend is when we can allow each other to be as messy as fuck, both of us, be messy as fuck, and no one runs away, that's when we might call each other friends at some point. When we help each other move, that's a friend. Otherwise, it's just an associate, an acquaintance. Yeah. So I'm going into this with my own boundaries. I'm going into this knowing my own limits and what's safe for me and what's not safe for me. And I'm going to sing, baby. If you want to sing some Broadway with me, my username on the app is hypnoquin. Because right now, like I said, I haven't even bothered to make a new account. You have to be over 18 years old to join me because it still has all my old voice acting stuff on there, which a lot of that is 18 plus. I did a lot of romantic scenes and stuff, which people felt uncomfortable with. But that's also because I was rediscovering and connecting with my sexuality as a survivor of rape, as someone who has been numb from the waist down for a long period of time. Feelings coming back, yo. So acting out scenes, I know that might make people uncomfortable. So that's why I'd recommend you be over 18. If you're, God, I said over 35 in the description because I'm like, I ain't got time to parent nobody. I can't. But yeah, if you want to join me and sing, oh yes. And if you sing Broadway, baby, hello. When you're good to mama, mama's good to you. By the way, I need somebody I can sing For Good from Wicked with. I love that song. All right. Till next time. Peace.